What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 84 now of the My Player Career Mode. Today, guys, 3 more games for you to feast your eyes upon, including the second leg tie up against Lyon in the Champions League first round knockout phases. So we've got our second leg to come. We will know by the end of today's episode whether or not we did make it through, and we will also know who is playing who in the next round, even if we don't make it through, because I will still show you it regardless of whatever happens with today's result. So that's always a good thing to have, our second leg of the Champions League tie. If you missed the first leg, it was up yesterday, so go back and watch it. It was on the channel previously, so if you want to go check it out, it was already uploaded to the channel. You can see right now, guys, up until that game up against Lyon, we've got 2 more La Liga games to come for you guys to feast your eyes upon as well. And at the moment, we are the best defensive record in the league. We have conceded 3 goals. You heard that correctly. 3 in the entirety of the season. That's kind of where I guess you guys have been saying to me that this is probably kind of stupid enough and the AI is kind of boosting. I completely understand that. I understand where you're coming from. Now that I've seen that we've conceded 3 goals, maybe I will kind of boost the AI side just to make it a little bit more interesting for us. But, you know, in all honesty, the games we've won, we haven't smashed. Some of the games we've won have been 1-0 wins where we've had to dig deep, had to get the clean sheet and make sure we're scoring. So, in all honesty, guys, some of the results have been realistic. In other senses, I agree, probably conceded 3 goals in the entire season is a bit unrealistic in that sense. But that's how good our defence have been. You know, the sliders remain untouched for the AI as much as they do for us. So in that sense, I mean, I can't really complain too much. It's just the quality of the side's different. So, yeah, it's kind of frustrating, I know. But unfortunately, unless I want to bump up the sliders, there isn't much I can do about it here. As we got ourselves a penalty kick inside the first 21 minutes of this game. And like I said in yesterday's episode, our performances need to kind of improve. You know, we've been in a dip of form. We got attacked, of course, a couple of episodes ago by the manager in the media. So to get a penalty here and score it would be vital. And we did just that, firing it into the top right-hand corner of the goal. The keeper guessed the right way, though, so he potentially could have saved that if he was a little bit quicker to moving. Or was a little bit taller as well and got his arm reached just about there. Unfortunately for him, though, he didn't manage to reach it, and we took the lead in this game. I'm going to be honest, I was a bit disappointed with the goalkeeper's dive there. I felt as though he should have saved that. It's not completely in the corner, it's not in the top corner. And so, for my personal opinion, I would say, for me, the keeper has to save that. But I'm glad he didn't, because it means we've got ourselves the opening goal of today's episode. And it came in the first game possible, so that's always nice to see as well. 81 minutes on the clock now, right until the second half. We got another chance, and I wasted this one. That kind of shows you the confidence at the moment that I am in, because 9 times out of 10, I would score that previously, you know, the format I was in before. And there, yeah, I'm afraid that's just a shocking effort. Like, I have no idea what I was trying to do. I had so much more time. I had a lot more time to just continue my run, pick my spot out, and in the end, I kind of panicked a little bit, like I did in yesterday's episode, and the shot was weak. So, that completely is down to me. Nice ball through. I should be taking the chance there. But regardless, we picked ourselves up a 1-0 victory to kick the episode off here. And that is one thing that we've had a lot of this series is 1-0 wins here at Real Madrid. You know, digging deep, getting the clean sheet, and then making sure that we're scoring the all-important winners. So that is always nice. But like I've said, you know, it's very, very strange to only see us concede 3 league goals. So maybe I will kind of touch the AI slide, or the AI side of the sliders, rather. Just to make them a little bit more competitive. I probably won't do it for every single game, because I feel as though if I did it for some of the better teams, we'd just get trounced every game, so I don't really see the point of that. But some of the other games, maybe I'll do it. We'll see what happens anyways, and we'll see what you guys say are based off the comments on today's episode. But guys, from that one, we move straight into another La Liga game. This one is at the hands of Villarreal. Of course, we played against them before in this series. I think we actually played against them in the semi-finals, didn't we, of the Copa de España. So, in that case, I'm looking forward to seeing how we get on here, because in the Copa de España, my performances never really dipped because they were never great to begin with. I mean, we had a couple of good games in there, but of course you don't play them as often, so that way when you have a bad game, it's not as noticeable, whereas in the league form right now, we kind of dipped and we had a few bad games in a row. So that's kind of, I think, why we were attacked by the manager and why he was looking elsewhere for some talent. But I'm hoping, with my performances that I put in today's episode, and then if we can get ourselves up and running, that we'll be able to get the manager back on our side, of course. So we've already done well in the first game. We got the penalty kick goal that won us that 3 points there, so I'm hoping that gave us a little bit more kind of blessing from the manager. And I'm hoping that this one here up against Villarreal gives us a few opportunities to keep going and grab ourselves yet another goal here. You'll see the 2 teams on your screen in just a moment's time. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen their team before, and our team, of course, before. But just in case you haven't and you missed any players out, that was our squad, and it's a very strong team as well, and that was the Villarreal squad. So, still, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen it before from our time of playing against them. So I was interested, actually, as I said, to see what we do in this one. And actually, 10 minutes in, guys, the first chance of the game did fall, and it was Villarreal's way. Right hand side here, the cross gets whipped in, the header is one in the middle, and it goes just wide of that post. So in all honesty, it's not that the AI aren't creating chances, it's that the AI just aren't taking their chances. That's a simple fact of it. So they do create chances to the AI, they just don't take them very often. So that's kind of something that's been bad. And our goalkeepers, of course, make some good saves down the line. 33 minutes onto the clock now. Another chance for Villarreal. This one was a bit more weak than the other one in that sense. Very poor strike, easy for the keeper to make the save. And then came our first chance of the game. 51 minutes on the clock, over the top through ball. I hate over the top through balls, I can never get them down. Mistake made by Mario Gaspar, and how about that for a finish? I said we were out of confidence, but as soon as that bounced, I was thinking, I'm just going to smash this top bins. We connected with it beautifully, and it went right into the top corner. It was so good, the keeper just stood still. He had no idea where this ball was going, and I was buzzing to score that. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was just honestly, it was one of the moments where you kind of think to yourself, to not score goals that I should have been scoring, and then to score one like that, is sensational. And I really, for my confidence in terms of my gameplay and stuff, I needed that goal. I certainly did. So to bang one in like that, I was absolutely buzzing, and I'm sure the manager was as well. So he took the lead here, and into the 73rd minute we went again, and it's at this stage now where Villarreal started to commit men forward. They kind of got themselves in a rut at the back. You can see a 2-on-2 situation. Ball comes in. Isco very much saying to me, whatever I can do, he can do better, because he has a very similar kind of thing. Except his is from across and is a full volley, whereas mine is on the half volley, of course. And that was even better, I would say, than what the... well, maybe not even better than ours, but certainly it was a good goal. I mean, you can see from that angle there. Again, keeper just does not move. He has no idea what he's doing. Keeper's basically been useless in this game. So, yeah, you can say he was basically a bystander. He did nothing. So there is that. However, which one would you rate higher? Which goal would you say was the better goal? Mine or Isco's? Leave me a comment and let me know in the comments below. I personally would say mine, of course, being the bias that I am. And the way the technique came into it. But I can see why you guys would vote for Isco's as well. So leave me a comment. Let me know which you think is the better goal of the two. As we did go on to win the game 2-0 as well, picking up another 3 points from today's episode. So 6 points from a possible 6 so far. Fantastic way to get underway in the episode. But that was it, guys, for the league football. Now it's all over to that important second leg up against Lyon. If you remember back, I spoke about this loads and loads of times before in this series. My only ambition now is to win the Champions League. We've done most of the stuff that I wanted to do. I guess the only other thing I could try and do would win the Euros with England. We've already won the World Cup with England, so I'm not too bothered about the Euros. But my main ambition is to try and win the Champions League. We had it at Bayern, didn't get through, didn't really reach it, never felt as if it was going to go well. We had it at Manchester City, got out of the group, got knocked out, didn't feel I was going to win it there either. We've come to Real Madrid. Personally speaking, I would say this is the best chance that we're going to have at winning the Champions League. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it again. But for now, we've got to overturn a very tricky Lyon second leg test. So in that case, we are at home for this one at the Santiago Bernabeu. We all know, of course, how important this game is to our kind of run of form in the Champions League. I knew that, you know, the boys knew that as well. So in this one, basically, we cannot have any margin for error. You know, you can see the other results and how they kind of panned out there in the, and that's if you'd pause the screen quick enough to actually view them, because unfortunately they go so quickly as well, especially when I speed this kind of thing up to show you guys everything and the two teams coming out. But if you want to stay around, you'll see the draw after this, no matter the outcome of this game, even if we win, draw or lose this one. And whoever goes through, you will still see the draw to be able to see exactly who gets who. So if you want to stay around for that, you can. And hopefully, we will be advancing into the next round. If we're not, I can say right now, I'll be utterly disappointed. Because to have the situation where Real Madrid, and for me to say that this is probably the most strongest team I'm going to be part of, so to not kind of get through the first round of the Champions League, in my eyes, would be a massive, massive blow. So we have to get ourselves through. There's no question about it. We don't get through this, I will be frustrated and I'll be tilted. So it's very important we get the job done here. And 24 minutes onto the clock, we did get our first chance. Nice ball from Bale down the line to me. I managed to get into an area where I was a bit unsure what to do with this one here, as I cut it back inside to try and curl one into the top corner. And in the end, it went just over the crossbar. It was close to finding the area that I was hoping for, but couldn't quite reach it into that top bins. But it was just, I guess, to test the kind of situation I was in, because I wasn't sure if I was going to get chances in this one. I wasn't sure how Lyon were going to set up, if they were going to go defensive and just try and throw it all guns blazing towards the back end of the game. Into the second half now, we struck one against the woodwork as we went through with our right foot. near post effort, straight back off of the post, unfortunately. So we don't lead the game here. And then a scare for us as well. 61 minutes on the clock. Nice work here by Leon. A ball coming in off the crossbar from that one as Fekir tries an acrobatic effort on the rebound there, and it goes wide of the post. But how about that? If that had gone in, guys, it would have taken this tie into extra time if it had stayed at 1-0. So that could have been a very, very interesting way to get the tie back to all square, but thankfully it came back off the bar. So yeah, I was kind of a bit kind of lucky, and I kind of breathed a sigh of relief from that one just to make sure we weren't going to get ourselves out. As we did, managed to make it Real Madrid 1, Leon 0 on the night. I ran down the left, got a cut back into the middle of the area, and I think it was Tony Cruz, the man to meet it in the box, as he sent his strike straight at the goalkeeper, but it had too much for the keeper to hold on to, as he unfortunately, Lopez there for Leon, could not quite keep it out, and we went 1-0 up, meaning we're 2-0 up in aggregate. So at this stage, Leon would have to score twice to go through, but if you remember, guys, away goals are vital, and if they do score twice to make it 2-1 in the day, they would go through on the away goal ruling. So I kind of feel as though that is always important to have. It actually hit the keeper twice on the leg and then on the arm as well on the way through to going into the back of the net. But in my eyes, at this stage, 2-0 up, you know, I felt quite confident, even if there was to get a goal back, that we would go through to the next round of the Champions League. So you can see as well, 90 minutes on the clock, and that was all the game had in store. So Real Madrid 1, Leon on the night 0, and it meant that we went through 2-0 on aggregate. So we do get ourselves through the first round, which is to be expected. You know, if we hadn't have got through, I said we'd be frustrated, and it would just be well, it's one of those situations where, in my eyes, that would be unacceptable. I mean, I can say right now Leon are a good side, and if they'd have beaten us, fair enough. But to me, it's unacceptable if we didn't get through that first round. So I'm glad we did. We'll see the draw just come up on your screen in just a second here, so you can check out the team that we did, in fact, pull. And let me tell you right now, I am excited for this next game. We are taking on Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Remember, guys, our former club, Bayern Munich, getting themselves through. The other ties look like this then. Barcelona taking on PSG, a remake of real-life situation there. Chelsea United and Arsenal Liverpool, 4 English teams getting through to the next round of the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and all 4 have been drawn against each other. So it's only going to have 2 English teams advancing from that, which is a bit frustrating. But that's actually really weird to see, the fact that 4 English teams got through and it all were matched against each other. You know, they're not playing a foreign opponent in that sense. That's really weird. But I ended up tweeting about it, buzzing to have gone through, also extremely excited, rather, to be taking on my former team, FC Bayern, in the next round, Hala Madrid. I cannot wait, guys. I'm sure you guys can't either. That's it from me. If you've enjoyed this episode, though, I'd appreciate a like rating. As always, thank you for your continued support on the channel. Unfortunately, guys, there'll be no double upload tonight. I have been extremely busy with in real life situations, and so I'm unable to make 2 videos for tonight, but we will be going back to a double upload from Friday, which will be advancing into the weekend for you guys as well. So hopefully you understand, and I will catch you all with another video from tomorrow at 4 PM UK time. So do not miss it, guys. I'll see you all for it then. And stay tuned. Yeah, that's it from me. Adios.